guys, welcome back to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. I'm happy to be here with you guys today for a midweek reading. I usually do readings on the weekend for the week ahead, and then I do readings in the midweek. So today I chose to do a love reading for the midweek. Pick a card. I haven't done one in about a month or so. So when I am consulting these cards, I'm asking the question, what's coming up in the way of love, sex, and romance in the next month? Now, I am recording this in August of 2020, but this is a timeless pick a card reading. So whenever you find this video, it's the right time for you. And then you would ask yourself, what's coming up for you in the way of love, sex, and romance in the next month? And that's the month after you watch the video. As always, if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and share my videos with anybody that you think might be interested. If you have not already done so, please do subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. And I'm just really grateful for my community. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that you come here and watch these videos. This is really a lot of fun for me, and if I can, you know, provide a little bit of guidance along the way, all the better. So as I said, this pick a card reading is going to be what's coming up in the next month in the way of love, sex, and romance. Please keep in mind this is, even though it's a pick a card, it's still a very general reading. A lot of people watch these videos, so if you choose a pile and it's not resonating with you, you can just let it go. Choose another pile or go on to one of the other amazing tarot readers out here on YouTube. There are so many. It's a great community. I love the tarot community on YouTube. It's fantastic. So I haven't actually pulled the piles yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to put the camera down so you guys can make your decision about which pile is speaking to you, and then we'll get on with the readings. And as always, I'll put timestamps in the description box below so you can go straight to your reading once you choose the pile that will answer the question for you, what is coming up this month in the way of love, sex, and romance? Okay, welcome back, you guys. So I do have the 4 piles down here. I have shuffled all the cards. I have created 4 piles of cards here to help us answer the question, what is coming up in the way of love, sex, and romance in the next month? On pile 1, I have a citrine. It's a rough cut citrine. I chose that because citrines not only promote creativity and happiness, but they also promote warmth, and I think we can all use some of that in our lives. So I've got a citrine on that one. On pile 2, I have an aquamarine. This is a very rough cut aquamarine. And I chose that one because the aquamarine not only promotes enlightenment and spiritual awareness, but it also helps you get in touch with your emotions. That's helpful in relationships and love, right? On pile 3, I have the rose quartz. Of course, the rose quartz is known as the love stone. It promotes all kinds of love, but especially romantic love. And then the aquamarine, in addition to enhancing the desire to attain spirituality, it will assist in manifesting your desires. It's really pretty. And it also represents universal love. So I chose these cards because I hope I chose these stones because I hope they represent love and happiness and joy and those kinds of things for you. So go ahead and pick the pile that is speaking to you, that will answer the question for you, what's coming up in the next month in the way of love, sex, and romance. Keep in mind, these are general readings, so it will not resonate with everybody. If it does not resonate with you, go ahead and let it go. And hopefully we'll catch you next time on our love reading. So again, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Make your choice, and I will get started with pile 1. I'll put the timestamps in the description box below so you can go directly to the reading of your choice. If you chose pile 1 with the citrine crystal on it, these are going to be your messages for this. Pick a card. What's coming up in the way of love, sex, and romance in the next month? Let's see what we got here. So for the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck, we got reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. For the Sedona Oracle deck, we got Sun, Joy, and Healing. That's a nice card. And I have pulled some cards from a couple of Rider-Waite decks. Well, one's a Rider-Waite deck. The other is the Herbal Tarot deck. They're very, very similar. And then also I have, I've pulled some people cards, astrology cards from the Secrets of Tarot by Amanda Hall. And then I have my clarifier cards here if I need them. So let's see what's up here. Okay, the first card we got is the Four of Pentacles. Looks like there's a shine on that. The second card we got is the Death card. The third card is the Two of Wands. For the Herbal Tarot, we have, oh, there's two of them. So we have the Five of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Make sure you can see all that. Nope, need to pull that up, not down. Okay. So let's talk about this. I'm going to go ahead and read these oracle cards because they're very specific messages. There are no universal. I mean, I kind of read them intuitively sometimes. Castles in the air. Look, there's a castle in the bubble. Your light is shining brightly. That kind of sounds really good. But let's see what the specific message is here. So the Sacred Traveler wants you to know the voyage was long and there were many adventures along the way. But as your trek reaches the destination, there's a feeling of joy and celebration. It's important to stop and rest and congratulate yourself for who you are and for what you have done. The traveler forgives those who on the voyage were less than honorable. Release any feelings of resentment, fear, and sadness that you may have gathered along the road. You've reached your goal. Let everything else go. You're a majestic being who can bring light into the hearts of others. Celebrate and honor yourself. You are so worth it. So for the Sun card with the Sedona deck, there is no other light like desert sunlight. The clarity of desert light is found few other places. Depending how high in the sky, the sun can be strong enough to burn or gentle enough to simply warm the soul. Joy, clear vision, warmth, and healing is on the way. Okay, there was a particular reason I wanted to read those cards to get the very specific message for your light is shining brightly and joy and healing, because it looks like in the next month there will be an ending in the way of love or romance. There's going to be an ending. The Death card does represent endings and new beginnings at the same time. It is the major arcana card for Scorpio. I don't see any other people cards out here right now. So maybe a Scorpio has to do something to do with your love situation at this time. If not, this just means something is coming to an end. Something is coming to an end because it needs to come to an end. It kind of feels like it's not an ending to a relationship in the next month, but rather it is an ending to stagnation. It's an ending to being a little bit closed off in the way of relationships. This can happen a lot of times right after a breakup. You need to take some time out and you need to do some healing. Sometimes there's a little bit of bitterness. Remember, this card says forgiveness is going to be really important. Yes, there are people along the way that are less than honorable. However, forgive them. Let the healing happen so that your light can shine brightly. And I feel like that's what is happening. I feel like there's been some bitterness. There's been some stagnation. I will say this. The Pentacles do represent financial things. They represent material things in the tarot. However, stingy. Have you ever heard the saying, stingy in life, stingy in bed? That's kind of what this card is saying a little bit when it shows up in a love reading. It's like it's being closed off. It's like this permeates your whole life. When you become bitter and closed off to life and to new situations and to new romance, when you become that way in your personal life, in your love life, it just permeates through your whole life. You don't realize it, but you're kind of being real closed off in everything that you do, and it's just really no way to live. Now, I will say that this has happened to everybody at one point in their life or another. They become closed off because they're hurt and wounded, and they just need a little time to heal. And I feel like that is what has been taking place recently. And in the next month, this stagnation period is coming to a conclusion, and you are transforming yourself. You are healing and you are transforming yourself, and you're taking a look. This is just the Two of Wands is the beginning stages of looking out on the world and seeing where you go next. What do you want to do next? Wands are energy, vitality, it's movement, it's creative ideas. If you notice, he is standing on the edge of a building and he is looking out over the ocean. So he's looking at, he literally has the world in his hand. So he is actually looking out on the whole world to figure out where he goes from here. So when I see this card, that is very good news in a situation like this. It tells me things are moving forward. You are ready to move forward. You are just in this next month. Maybe finalizing some healing, finding the joy in your life again, and continuing on the journey with, see the bubbles? This is a very light card. Your light is shining brightly. It says that you're reaching your destination, but I don't necessarily think that in life there is a destination. You may be reaching one destination. What you maybe wanted to do was heal from this relationship and move forward. And in that respect, I do think you're reaching that destination. Maybe you just wanted to feel better. That's why I love the Death card. Some people really get afraid of the Death card. I do not. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck because a lot of times, for whatever reason, I get here. I get stuck a little bit. Something will happen. I get wounded from it. I go into like a hermit mode, and you know, the good part is that I do analyze things. I examine my life. I try to find the lesson in it, and I try to move forward. But sometimes, you're just not moving forward. Things are not moving. There's some stagnation. It happens. It happens to everybody. That's why I love this card, because that means, thank God that is over, kind of thing. Because you know, you almost always know when you're in a situation, it's not good. You really want to let it go. It's hard to let it go. For some reason, it's not ending. It's not finalizing. This card is finally, thank God, that is coming to an end. We can transform. We can move forward. So here's what's cool about these cards down here. The Knight of Swords, Knights are bringing things into your life. Sometimes this is bringing upsetting energy into your life, or an upsetting message into your life, but it is bringing quick, unexpected, not quick, but it can be unexpected or upsetting news. In this case, I choose this to be unexpected news. The Knight of Swords is fast-moving energy that's coming into your life, so I think this Knight is bringing you a message from somewhere that helps this death situation, helps this situation end, and helps you move forward. But in any case, it is fast-moving energy, which is good news after this stagnation. So this is kind of cool too. The Five of Wands to me is my competition card. So you may get some unexpected news about someone who has some interest in you, that wants to maybe go out on a date with you. In any case, this is coming into your life, a period of competition. Remember, your light is shining really brightly right now because you've taken the time to heal and now you're moving forward. So there are a lot of people who are going to be vying for your attention. My Five of Wands is the competition card. It can be a conflict, like little conflict, little squabbles, not big squabbles. But I don't read that this way in this particular reading. I'm thinking this is competition for your affections that is coming in suddenly. So let's take a look with my people cards and see if we can figure out who, and keep in mind this is not going to be for everybody, but we'll take a look at who might be competing for your affections in the next month. Okay, who might be competing with it? Who are these people coming in? Who are these people? All right, we might be dealing with an air sign. Air signs are, this is, the King of Swords is the Libra card to me. Air signs are, they're very intelligent, they're very communicative, they're idealistic people. Libras are all about balance and fairness, so that's what is interesting to the Libras. The King of Swords can also be an older gentleman who is very just and fair. He has a tremendous amount of integrity, and he stands in his truth. He's not afraid to tell the truth. He is very just, like I said, very just. He's not necessarily as warm as a King of Cups would be, or as adventurous as a King of Wands would be, but he's a solid dude. Do you know what I mean? You cannot touch him as far as integrity is concerned. Anybody else? Maybe who else are we dealing with here in this competition? What other options do we have in this competition for our affections? Okay, so we got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is my Leo card. So Leos are very vibrant, they're very exuberant, they are the adventurers of the zodiac. Not Leos, air sign, or fire signs, I'm sorry. Leo is a fire sign. So Leos are, they're kind of like, first of all, they're very positive people. They look on the positive side of things. They're represented by the sun. Which is a very positive card in the tarot deck. the Leos are very dramatic people. They're kind of maybe natural born actors. They're very good at acting. But they're very adventurous. They life will never be boring with this person. They're very charming too. Libras are very charming too. Both these people are charming. Now, regardless of, now I will say this: the Queen of Wands can be an older woman who is like the queen of her domain. She's a very solid woman. She is a very benevolent queen. She is the queen of her castle, meaning her home. She's the queen at work, and she balances those things very, very well. She just kind of got her stuff together, this Queen of Wands. Entrepreneurial energy here, whether male or female. Wands are very good entrepreneurs. They're very good at business. Okay, so anything else, anybody else that might be competing for the affections? Any other energy here? We got some Wands energy. So we got fire sign energy, and we got air sign energy. Air sign is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Fire sign is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So if you wanted to look at the general energies, anybody else we need to talk about here. Okay, I think you're looking at, for some of you, this is not going to be for everybody. This competition for your affection is going to be either some fire energy, regardless of whether it's a Leo or not. It's some fire energy and some air energy, which is mental and communicative. Fire, creative, exuberant, adventurous, Libra. Okay, I will just leave that at that. I think that's going to be what's happening with you guys in the next month in the way of love, sex, and romance. And I'm very happy for you guys, that this part of this stagnation is ending and you are moving forward. And there are some good things. Fire is sexual energy, by the way, too. Fire is sex. So you do have wands, some wands which represent fire signs here. So at least you are opening up to a new partner this month. There's going to be some competition for your affections. And even though these people may not be the end-all, be-all for you, I'm not seeing anything here that indicates this is going to be a true romance with marriage and all that stuff, but it is moving forward, and that is a good thing. Okay, so I'm wishing you guys all the best. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. If you chose pile 2 with the aquamarine, the rough cut aquamarine on it, these are going to be your messages for what's coming up in the way of love, sex, and romance in the next month. For the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck, we got faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. For the Sedona deck, we got Javelina choice. For the Rider-Waite Tarot, we got 4 of them actually. We got Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, the 7 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. And for the Herbal Tarot, oh my gosh, okay. We got the Magician again with the Herbal Tarot, and we got the 3 of Swords again with the Herbal Tarot. So when that happens, when you get 2 of the same card again, that just is bringing that message home. That means that's an important message in this reading. Okay. Let's do these oracle cards first. I want to read from the book so that we get the exact messages here. These are not universal messages. It depends on the author what these say. So let's talk about the far away places and what this means. By the way, this is the Sacred Traveler Oracle book by Denise Lynn. So it says, the Sacred Traveler wants you to know part of the glory of traveling is stepping out of old habits, routines, and repetitiveness of everyday life. Sorry. It can feel daunting. Yet in no small way, your life is a spiritual voyage. Change is coming. Things are not what they seem. There are no wrong turns. Every adventure and misadventure is part of the course. You are on a pilgrimage of the soul. Keep your metaphorical bag packed. Some unexpected experiences are ahead. Be ready for anything. The joy of travel is that you can begin to experience the everyday as if you are seeing it for the first time. Nothing should be taken for granted. From the Sedona deck, the Javelina. Is that Javelina? What is this? I don't know my animals. That's cute, kinda. All right, the collared peccary, our own wild pig, is often quite destructive in his constant search for food. Usually quiet, they can also be noisy and aggressive. Sometimes life can sneak up on you or suddenly whack you on the head. You are always able to determine the effect by your perspective. It is always your choice how to view things. You can approach from either a positive or a negative point of view. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So let's talk about this magician first. We got it twice here. We got it in the Rider-Waite and we got it in the Herbal Tarot. So the magician is basically the master manifester. This shows up when a reading when you are in a place to manifest your dreams. Anything that you want, you can have. The magician says that you have all of the tools necessary to manifest whatever you want in your life. If you need people, you got the cups here to show that you will have the relationships that you need to help you with this goal that you have. If you need finances, you got the pentacles here to say you will have the money that you need. You will have all the material things that you need to manifest this dream. If you need creative ideas and energy, you have the wands here to show that that will be available to you. You will have the passion for it. You will have the creative ideas for it. You will have the energy to carry out this goal that you have. You have the sword here to tell you that whatever mental capabilities that you need to do this, you are smart enough to do it. You will have the clarity of thought when decisions need to be made. You will make the right decisions. This card is saying whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, you absolutely have the ability to do that. And okay, so since this is a love reading, we said what's coming up in the way of love, sex, and romance in the next month. I think what this is saying is you determine what that is going to be. The wheel of fortune is, the wheel is always turning. And when this card comes up in your life, in your reading, it means the wheel is turning in your favor. So your life is getting ready to go into a new cycle, maybe a new karmic cycle. You are moving forward. And fortune may be smiling upon you. Okay, so this is one half of this reading, right? We have the wheel that's turning in your favor. You're manifesting what it is that you want. Get your bags packed and ready, because some movement is happening. It's going to be unexpected. It's going to be pretty exciting. And then you have this card down here, which I think kind of separates this reading, because you've got this great stuff on this side, and on this side you have the card of choices. So this, is it Javelina? I should look that up. Hold on just a second. Okay, it is Javelina. I suspected it might be, because there is a lot of Spanish influence, Spanish-speaking influence over in the Southwest, so that makes sense. Okay, so Javelina is a wild pig. This card represents, is telling you that you have choices. You can look at things, and how you look at things, you can look at them from a positive perspective or a negative perspective. Okay, let's talk about this Three of Swords, because we got this one twice too. The Three of Swords is not a very pleasant card. It is a card of a broken heart. It is a card of third-party situations. It is a card of broken heart, like the bleeding heart. Look at this. Look at the clouds here, the dark clouds. It's not a pleasant card. It is definitely not a pleasant card when it shows up in a relationship reading. It means that something is about to break. Something is about to come out into the open, maybe. Sometimes it is third-party situations. So what is good about this card is that once that wound is, it's like it's bursting open. Once that wound is lanced, then it's bursts open. Then you can start to heal. Maybe something festering underneath the surface for a long time. This is saying it's happening. It's something's going to break. It can be a broken heart. To me, it feels like some conflict in a romance situation, because that's what we're talking about here. It's coming to light. It can no longer be swept under the rug. Whatever it is bursting open, and the good news is that you can heal it once it bursts open. If it's just underneath the surface festering and festering, there's nothing that can be done about it. It just festers for a very long time. This month it is going to be lanced, and the floodgates are opening. So the Seven of Swords is always the card, or my card for, there are two of them, but this is a card of taking your leave. You are leaving this situation. You are walking away from this situation. It is not a pleasant situation. See all the swords here. There's some trickery. There's something going on beneath the surface that you haven't in the past known about. It's coming out. It's coming out this month so that you can deal with it. You are going to be walking away from this situation, but you notice this guy is carrying some of the swords with him. So that means, first of all, you have to take some of the responsibility for this situation and what has happened. It's not always just the other person and what they have done. You have some responsibility and some accountability for this relationship and how this has all come about. So please know that you are taking some of the responsibility. You're also maybe taking some wounds with you that will have to be healed. You're taking this experience with you for sure, because we all do that, right? When we move from one situation to another, we take the experience with us. Hopefully we take the lessons with us from the experience, and we can move forward and create better relationships because we know better. So I'm just looking at these cards here, and I'm trying to see, so this is happening in the next month. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I want to clarify here. Let's just take a look at this Three of Swords and see if we can figure out what it is, what this trouble is that's happening. Okay, so what I think is bursting open is just this relationship in general. You have known intuitively. The High Priestess is a very intuitive card. It's like it is a feminine card, but it represents like feminine spirituality as opposed to masculine religion, right? So it's my card of intuition, or one of them. So I feel like you have known intuitively that this situation is not good for you. You have been stuck in this situation. You have not wanted to let go. And that is indicated also by this card right here. The Seven of Swords is holding on to your position. It's like there are problems knocking at the door. Everybody wants a piece of you, but this guy is standing there with his wand, holding on to his position. So that feels like to me what you've been trying to do. You've been trying to hold on to this position, your position in this relationship. Maybe there is a third party. Maybe there is somebody else that you're dealing with here, or that whoever it is you're seeing is seeing somebody else, and you've been trying to hold on to your position in this relationship. You have known for a very long time, intuitively, that this is not healthy. This relationship is not a healthy relationship. You've known that. You've been a little bit afraid of looking at it. But as I said, it's bursting open this month. You are going to have to look at it for some reason. And you are going to make a decision to walk away. The good part is that you can, once this happens, and once you make the choice to look at this from a positive perspective, and that's going to be the choice here, right? Because you can look at this as really, really sad. You can wallow in this. Like I said, it looks like it's been festering for a long time. So hopefully you know this is coming and this needs to happen. You need to get unstuck from this situation. Hopefully, with this bursting open this month and you walking away from it, you will make the choice to look at it from a positive perspective. And don't forget, you carry some of the responsibility here too. So if you choose to look at this from a positive perspective, then this is here for you. The Wheel of Fortune will turn in your favor. You can manifest anything that you want, and you should be prepared for some really exciting adventures up ahead of you, because they're coming for you. You have everything that you need to be able to have the life that you want, to change your fortune, to change what's happening into your life, and to go out and to have other adventures. This is not a good situation. I think you know that. And I think this month you're going to make the decision to walk away from it. Learn what you can learn from that experience and carry that with you into this part of your life, which promises to be so exciting and so great, like adventure, faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Master manifestor, whatever you want, you can have. It's gonna be awesome. Let this go so that you can move on to this exciting new life. Okay, that's all I had for pile 2. I hope this was helpful. If you did like this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Put a comment in the comments below if this speaks to you and you are getting ready to go off and do some exciting new things. Please let us know how this resonates with you. As always, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Until next time, namaste. Welcome back. If you chose pile 3 with the rose quartz, these are going to be your messages for what's coming up for you in the next month in the way of love, sex, and romance. The rose quartz is known as the love stone, and that represents all kinds of love, including platonic love, self-love, and romantic love. So let's see what we got going on here. For the Sacred Traveler card, we got crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. That's the coolest card. Looks like it's in one of the Asian countries, maybe China. It's really pretty. Crossing bridges. For the Sedona Oracle card, you got Roadrunner, trust and knowledge. Reminds me of the cartoon, Roadrunner. I've never actually seen one of those in real life. Okay, for the Rider-Waite Tarot, you got the World, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. And for the Herbal Tarot, you got the Lover's card, the 9 of Cups, and the Hermit card. Okay, this is interesting. I was thinking as far as romance goes, this is probably the most potential that we've seen so far, but there's some odd cards in there too. So we'll just take it one card at a time and figure out what's going on here. I am going to read the messages from the oracles from the book, so we'll be sure that we get the message right. Okay, for the crossing bridges, the Sacred Traveler wants you to know when the traveler crosses a bridge, a new land awaits on the other side. You are ready to cross a bridge or bridge a gap in your life. There are times to step away from certain people and situations. There are also times to carefully mend bridges with people, situations, and places, and then go forward. This is one of those powerful healing times to choose. Maybe there is a wound inside of you that needs to be forgiven or accepted. Transform the inner grievance. Forgive. Let it go. Do it now. You no longer need to carry it with you. Perhaps there is a person from your past with whom you should reconnect or release completely. You know what you need to do. This is the time to do it. Okay, this makes perfect sense with these cards. Let me just lay this out for you really quickly, and then we'll go on to the Roadrunner and see what that says. The 6 of Cups is the nostalgia card. It is a lot of times somebody coming back from your past to offer you something in the way of love, romance. And the Lover's card is the card of a choice. It's a decision in a romantic situation. It can be the choice between two people that you love. It can be a choice between love and something else. And the Hermit card is the card of going within. So this card is saying that this Crossing Bridges card is saying that sometimes you need to heal something from your past, and you need to either maybe have a go again, or need to let it go. So just hang on to that thought, and we will look at the Roadrunner, trust and knowledge. Okay. All right, so the importance of looking where you've been is to remember all the information and wisdom you've gained in order to help you act in the present. This is what creates the database to help you act quickly and instinctively in the moment. Sometimes you got to think quick and act fast just to stay in the game. Always trust your instincts. Ooh, fast, huh? Why? Why do we have to think quickly and act fast? That's interesting. Oh, I think I might know why. Okay. This is an interesting reading, you guys. Okay. So the World card. The World is the last card in the tarot deck. It means that a big section of your life is coming to a completion. You're completing a cycle in your life. Notice it's a circle. So when you complete one cycle of your life, another cycle is always right around the corner. So when we say what's coming up in the next month, and this is for whenever you get this reading, it's not for whenever I record it, but this is a timeless pick a card reading. So what's coming up in the next month is you are ending a cycle in your life, which means you're also beginning, you're crossing that bridge and beginning a new cycle in your life. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of an apprentice. It is a card of doing something that you love and making money at doing something you love. It's a card that promises great wealth from doing something that you love. Notice he's sitting here, he's hammering out this pentacle, and this pentacle represents working at whatever it is that you love to do. And because you love to do it, you're not paying that much attention to the money. You're paying attention to this, right? You're paying attention to what you love. But the coins just start adding up. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. So it is a dream that is coming true. It can be a card of being very satisfied in a romantic situation, but it can also be a card of getting your wish, whatever your wish may be. So here's what I think is happening, you guys. I'm gonna separate this way. I think that in the next month, a cycle of your life is coming to an end. You are actually going to be offered a new job. You're going to be offered your dream job. Something that you have wanted for a very long time. And it is, like I said, your dream job. It is what you've always wanted to do. It's something that you love. You just know that you would be very happy if this was the type of work that you could do. Maybe you've been working hard for it, something like that. It's the world, right? It's your world. So it's just a huge offer for you that's coming in the next month in the way of, we can call it work, but it's not necessarily work. It's like vocation or avocation. It's what you really, really want to do, and you can make money at it as well. It will give you a financial foundation. On this other side here, we have this decision that has to be made about love or something else. It is a choice that needs to be made. It feels to me like somebody from your past, someone that you've been involved with romantically from your past, is coming back in to offer you something in the way of a relationship. I will say this was a very significant relationship. It was not something that was, just someone you dated for a bit or whatever. This was a significant relationship to you. It was absolutely a love relationship. I think someone from your past is going to come in and offer you something in the way of relationship. You're going to have to make a choice. That's the going within card. This is the card of taking your leave from the world for a bit, separating yourself from everybody, whether that's for a day, for a week, or for however long it takes to go inside and figure out what it is that you want to do. But going within to find the right answer, and I think that's what's going to happen here. You have these two choices. You have a choice between your dream job, or for some reason you can't have your dream job and you can't have this relationship that's coming back from your past at the same time. I don't know why. It's going to be different for all of you. So this is the choice that is on the table, and you're going to have to go within and you're going to have to make a decision. Do you want this dream job? Do you want to cross the bridge, move forward into this new life that is very promising, promises to be wish fulfillment, right? It's a great offer. Or do you want to go back to this relationship? And that's going to be, again, this card says sometimes you need to go back and you need to work through that relationship and you need to continue it. And then sometimes you need to heal it, you need to forgive, you need to let it go, you need to revisit the relationship just to let it go, to say this is not going to work, I love you, I release you, thank you, I've learned so much, and then you move forward to this. But this decision is coming in this month, and for some reason it's going to have, there's a deadline on it. It's going to have to happen quickly. You're going to have to make the decision quickly, even though you do have to go within to figure out what it is that you really want. You're not going to necessarily have the time that you want to be able to make that decision, to be able to really contemplate that decision. You might have to make a decision quickly. It's like if this is a job offer or something, there's going to be an expiration date. You got so many hours or whatever to make this decision, or it passes you by. Okay, let's see if we want to clarify. This is such a clear message. Let's see if we need to clarify anything. What would we want to clarify? Okay. Let's see if maybe we can find some people from your past. Let's pull some people cards to see if I do apologize for that interruption, you guys. I had to take that phone call. It was a good friend I haven't heard from in a long time, so that was nice to talk to her. But what I was going to do is see if I can get some people cards on the someone from your past coming back to offer something in the way of a relationship. See, maybe we can narrow that down a little bit. Please take this with a grain of salt. As I said, this is a general reading. It's not going to be for all of you guys. Let's just see if we can find out who maybe is coming back from the past. So we got the King of Wands here. This is my card for Aries. The King of Wands can also be an older gentleman who is a very interesting character. He may not have so much money, but he has lived a very interesting life. So he's got great stories to tell. He's that guy at the bar that you want to sit next to because he just has fascinating stories to tell. Again, the wands are fire signs, so it could be, if you want to broaden that out a bit, you could be dealing with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Let's see what else we got here. Anybody else from the past? Who else? Who's this person from the past that's coming back? For some of my subscribers, who's this person from the past? Can you tell us anything about this person from the past? Anything else? And we got the King of Swords. So this could be a Libra. This is my card for Libra. Libra is an air sign. Those guys are intelligent, communicative. They're idealistic. The Libra is the card of balance and justice. Libras are always trying to find balance in their life. They're very charming people. The Libra can be an older gentleman who's very intelligent, who uses his head, very much driven by principles. He's a person of integrity. So if you want to broaden that out a little bit, the air signs are Aries, Gemini, and I'm sorry. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And I just noticed we also have another Gemini card here on the table. So you might be dealing with a Gemini. And those are the only people cards that we have out here. So I think I'm going to leave that there for pile 3. I think this is pretty interesting. It's going to be up to you. This is a very individual reading, so it is going to be up to you whether you choose to go back to this relationship, heal it, and move forward with that person, or if you decide to take up this new offer that's coming to you for the dream job. And it's your choice. Either way, are you crossing the bridge, moving on to the new life, or are you building a bridge with this relationship? It's going to be up to you. It's your choice. So that's all I have for pile 3. Until next time, I'm sending you guys lots of light and love. Namaste. Okay, if you chose pile 4 for your love reading, what's coming up in love, sex, and romance in the next month, then these are going to be your messages. So pile 4 has the Amazonite on it. Really cool stone. As I said, it represents universal love, but it also will assist you in manifesting your desires. So that's one of the reasons I chose the Amazonite, except that it's just a pretty stone. I like it. Okay. So for the Sacred Traveler, we have fellow travelers. Support is all around you. For the Sedona Oracle, we have Desert Spirit, love from Creator. Oh, that's nice. It's like you're getting a big hug from God. For the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, we have the 5 of Swords, the Moon card, and the Sun. This is the Sun and the Moon. Interesting. And from the Herbal Tarot, we have the Chariot and Suspended Person, which is the Hanged Man in the Tarot deck. All right, so let's talk about this. I'm going to read from the book on these so we can be sure that we get the exact message here. For fellow traveler, this is from the Sacred Traveler Oracle by Denise Lynn. So it says, the Sacred Traveler wants you to know fellow travelers are guiding and supporting you, and they love you deeply and profoundly. Be still and open your heart to the messages and healing. They will come to you in soft breezes, rainbows, and feathers that seem to magically appear. Sometimes they will come in the form of a stranger with a message. These signs let you know that you're going in the right direction and that all is unfolding exactly as it should. Messengers from the Creator come with immense blessings and love. Be open to receive love from others. You are a healing, loving force for others. That's nice. Support is all around you. It's good to know. Okay. Desert Spirit from the Sedona deck. It says, the beauty and spirit of the desert is everywhere, in the plants, rocks, and in the air. Open and allow the love from Spirit to enter your heart and your life. Take love with you to share with others on your journey on this beautiful planet. Take love with you to share with others on your journey on this beautiful planet. Wow. Take love with you. Are you taking a trip? Maybe. Let's talk about this. So, the reading is, what's coming up for you in the way of love, sex, and romance in the next month? Well, I have to tell you, you got 4 major arcana cards here, so this might be something significant. I think a significant move is taking place in the next month. So the 5 of Swords is a conflict card. It is probably the worst conflict card in the deck. There's also like the 5 of Wands that's like little backbiting kind of conflict. This is big. This is kind of more big stuff. It is a very trying situation. If you notice, these 2 people are walking away. This guy who is standing here holding the sword looks like he's the victor. He looks a little smug, like this character you don't really necessarily want to mess with. Just kind of not a nice character. But this card represents the 2 choices that you have. You can either stay and fight, and if you stay and fight, you will win, but at what cost? If you win, do you really win? It has been such a hard-won battle that it's almost not even worth it. The second message of this card is sometimes it is better to walk away, and especially if you're dealing with an unsavory character, which might be happening here. And the reason that I say that is because next to that card is the Moon card. And the Moon card can represent a time when you're having to walk a path using nothing but your instincts. The path is lit a little bit by the moon, but it's certainly not lit like it would be in the daylight. So you are having to stay on that path using your instincts, your intuition, to take this road. There's stuff going on around you that you can't quite put your finger on. There's secrecy, there are lies, there's deception, there's trickery. There are things happening underneath the surface that you do not know about. The Moon card is also the major arcana card for Pisces. Yes. So this tells me you might be dealing with somebody whose intentions are less than ideal. They might be a little bit of a difficult person. They might be a little bit of a liar. There's stuff going on underneath the surface that you don't know about, right? So what I think this is saying is that in the next month, you will be making a decision to break free of this situation. The Sun card is the most positive card in the deck. It is sunlight after a period of darkness. It is, if you notice, this is a young child. So there's a message here of with childlike abandonment, right? There is a child on a horse hurtling over this wall. He's breaking free from the past, and he's moving forward with childlike abandonment. It's a very happy card. It's a yes. It's always a yes in a tarot reading. So that's what makes me think that this has been going on and this is coming to an end. You are moving forward. You're breaking free from the past. And I think you're traveling. The Chariot card can be balancing opposing forces. That's one way to read it. Like you've had to balance this situation. The yin and yang symbol is there. So that's male, female, yin, yang. And the Chariot is like a time when you have the willpower, the strength that you need to balance opposing forces. But this is also my card for travel. So with that card coming up with this card, it tells me that you are moving away from this situation. You're doing it by traveling someplace else. Are you moving someplace else? Or are you taking a trip? You are going to get support for this move from your fellow travelers. There's support all around you for this move. Maybe they've been watching this situation and thinking, this is not good. If this person ever decides to break free from that, I'm going to help them. That kind of a situation. The suspended person can be a time of stagnation. It can be a time of just in suspended animation, not knowing the direction that you're going to go, or not being able to make a decision. He can, if you notice, he is tied up to a tree by the foot, but this is a very loose tie, and he can get himself down at any time if he wants to. But he's just kind of taken a bit of a time out to figure out his next move, where he's going, what he's doing, or she. It can also be a card of looking at things from a different perspective. So I am going to, I love this card being here because there's, like I said, there's some big stuff going on here. This is just like a big hug from the universe. Love from Creator. When you break free from this situation, the hope is that you are not bitter and that you take love with you down this new journey that you're going down. Okay, let's see if we can get a clarifier for, what do we want a clarifier for? Let's clarify this moon card, please. So I don't want to, upset anybody, but I'm just reading the cards, right? So it could be this unsavory character is an Aries. This is my card. The King of Wands is my card for Aries. It could Wands are fire signs, so if you want to expand that out a bit, it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's an older gentleman who can also be, if it's not astrology related, it is an older gentleman who is very good at telling stories, and I mean that in a good way. Like they've been on many adventures, so they have a lot of interesting stories to tell. The fire signs are very adventurous, and they're very interesting characters. They're very passionate people. So maybe that tells you a little bit about this person that you're dealing with, but this is another card of leaving, taking your leave. You are leaving this situation. You're moving past it. You are maybe taking with you some emotional baggage from the situation. There's still some problems, is what I'm saying. But you are leaving this situation and you're going to a better place. You're going to calmer waters. You're going to a more pleasant situation. So I think the Sun, let's see, breaking free from this, the problems and moving forward. Can I get a clarifier on the Sun? I do want to. One more on the Sun. One more clarifier for the Sun, please. Okay, so I think we have a relationship here. I think that's two people of the same suit, as always, a couple. So the Queen of Wands is my card for Leo. Again, Wands are the fire signs. They're passionate people. They're very adventurous. They're very creative. They're entrepreneurs. The Queen of Wands to me is the Leo card. The Sun can also represent Leo energy. The Leo is ruled by the Sun. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, this kind of goes together. this kind of goes together because this card ties that in. The Four of Pentacles is a card of stagnation. It's a card like suspended animation. It's a card of just no movement, nothing happening, right? So you have been in this period, and I'm speaking to, I think, a woman here, or a Leo, has been in this period of looking at things from a different perspective, nothing moving forward, maybe not being able to make a decision about what you wanted to happen in this situation. But the Sun is saying you are breaking free from this. You've decided to move past it. The stagnation is over. This period of stagnation is over. You're moving forward. I will say this, all this Leo energy, maybe you made this decision in the Leo season, which is just, I mean, we're still in Leo season, but on the 23rd, we'll move into a Virgo season. So it feels like this decision may be made in the next few days. You're moving forward. You're breaking free from the past. The stagnation is over. And yeah, the future is very promising. So I do want to get one card for this Chariot and see if maybe I'm reading this correctly or the wrong way, whichever the case may be. One more clarifier for the Chariot. So the Chariot, as I said, can be a card of balancing opposing forces. Like maybe you want to go, this person doesn't want you to go. It's the yin and yang principle, male-female principle. You're balancing opposing forces. And again, you're going to need willpower and strength to do that. The strength is my major arcana for Leo. So again, we got that Leo thing coming up. I don't know if Leo's playing heavy in the sign, like a person is a Leo, you're a Leo, or the other person is a Leo, or we're talking about Leo season, which is right now. So you're using all your strength to balance some opposing forces. The Page of Swords is some news coming in, some unexpected news coming in. And again, maybe in Leo season, you will get have gotten or will get some unexpected news in the next few days that moves you forward. The Fool card is the beginning of a journey. It's the first card in the Major Arcana card. This guy is setting out on his own. He's taken very little with him. He has himself, he has his dreams and his desires. He has a pack of worldly possessions on his back, very, very minimal. He has a rose in his hand, which to me represents the hope that the journey is going to turn out well. And he has taken his dog with him, his trusty companion, one companion. That's it. That's all he's taken with him. He is striking out on this journey. And again, travel. There's actually a journey. This unexpected news may be news about a trip that's coming up, a job that's somewhere else. Something that you're taking people with you though, and people will help you on this new journey, but you are striking out on your own. Excuse me. And you don't know how it's going to turn out. It's absolutely in unknown territory, but you've made the decision that you're going to do it. You're breaking free. You're breaking free and you're striking out on your own. And you're getting a big hug from the universe as you do this, and you're getting support from other people. think we're good on this one. I think I'm going to leave that there. I think it's pretty clear what's happening. As far as the people, the Leo, the Aries, that's not going to be for everybody. It could be for one or two of you. You're actually dealing with those two signs. A lot of times it's the energy. The Chariot is a Cancer card. Cancer, Pisces, so that, you know, those are compatible signs too. Those are both water signs. So it could be that situation. And as I was saying, it could just be the energies, you know, of those people. Fiery, kind of passionate stuff. And you may be a water sign, which is not particularly fiery or passionate. They're the lovers, right? They're kind of emotional and observant and mysterious. So you may be these people, but in this relationship, you're all fiery because you're all passionate about each other or whatever. So take that with a grain of salt. This is not a personal reading. If it were a personal reading and I pulled cards that had signs connected to them, then that might be, yes, you're dealing with a Leo or you're dealing with an Aries. But in a general reading like this, it could be that you're dealing with those signs. It could also just be that energy. So take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, you have something coming up. It is an adventure. It is something that you are doing on your own. You're breaking free from this situation. You've made the decision to. I think you've already made the decision to. Something comes in. Some news comes in. Some unexpected news comes in that helps you do that, and you're going to have other people that will help you too. Probably people that have been watching this situation, this shady character situation, and saying if she or he ever makes the decision to leave this person, I will be there. I will absolutely be there to help because this is not good. Okay, so that's all I have for pile 4. I'm definitely wishing you guys all the best with this. I think it looks very positive. I think it might be hard in the beginning, but you're making the right decision to move forward to a new life that is much better, much more promising. You need to get away from this dark. This is just not, I wouldn't say darkness, it's just shady. You need to get away from the shadiness. Okay, I'm sending you guys lots of light and love. Until next time, namaste.